Okay, we are live. Woohoo! Welcome everyone. Hello, Jay. Okay, so your perfect gifts. Jay is our moderator today. And welcome to GLP1 chat. And this is the first of our Sunday morning chats. So welcome everyone. And we're going to be starting momentarily. Awesome. So let's start our GLP1 chat. Just gonna move my little round light over here so it's not reflecting. And this is part 2 of our GLP1 chat. We started on Thursday and we had introduction as far as my journey. I've been on this little over a year and a quarter, a year and a few months, and I am down 80 pounds. I'm at my goal weight. I am on maintenance, and no, my insurance did not cover this. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in, and hopefully you'll like this video. Just double tap and you'll give us some hearts. And follow. The follow is on the upper left hand corner, so please follow because I try to share as much information as I can. Started on this journey as a senior citizen at 66 years old. I am now 68 years old, and like I said, I am at my goal. This is the lightest I think I've ever been in my life, and my insurance did not cover the medication. I wanted to go on Ozempic, as you know, everyone was on. And so I had to take the route of going online and researching companies that compound the semaglutide, which is the main ingredient in Ozempic. I guess that, you know, if it came generic, this is what it would be. It would be compounded by a compounding pharmacy. So I started with Reflex MD, and the thing that with Reflex MD is as you go on to a higher dosage, the cost of the medication increases. And when you're paying out of pocket, you really, you know, you have to be careful. So the things that I want to discuss today is if you're using a compounded GLP-1 medication like semaglutide or tirzepatide, look for reputable companies. Do your research. Don't go in blindly. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you're doing your research. Look at the companies, see their reviews, read the small print. It's so important to really look at every word that is written on these compounding companies' websites. I signed up for a company not knowing that there was a monthly fee, so I canceled it. Yes, I was reimbursed. Great customer service. But some companies, you know, they'll have hidden costs, either shipping, and, you know, if the shipping is astronomical, then it's either shipping, and, you know, if the shipping is astronomical, then it's some if the shipping is going to cost you half as much as the medication, really you don't want to do that. Want to welcome everybody as you're coming in. Please, you know, double tap the screen if you're having fun, if you're liking this, if you're getting information. Hey Dana, welcome. So where are you getting your medications from? Read the small print. Make sure you don't have monthly fees. You know, if you're paying $400 a month and then you're paying $99 a month, Dana, you're so funny. She's so dedicated to the gym. Good for you. If you're paying $400 a month for your medication and then you're paying $99, that's $500 a month. There are places that you can get it cheaper, and they're reputable. So I started off at ReflexMD. It's a great company, but it got a little expensive for me. I then went on to Henry Meds, another really good company, but again, the prices were starting to increase as my doses were increasing. After that, I went to Allen Meds, had a little bit of a health issue. I had to go off for a while at my doctor's suggestion. They were fabulous in saying no problem, and with reimbursement. They were really good. I got out of my contract. And some of these places it's like a contract. They'll sign you up for 3 months. So if you're paying $300 a month and you have to buy 3 months worth of medication, they don't send it all at once. They'll send it to you in monthly increments, and they will charge you when they send it to you. But you're locked in. You can't get out of that contract. It's a contract that you're locked into. So if you're having any kind of issues with the medication, you're stuck. You're stuck for 3 months, and you're stuck with this medication because you're not going to sell it to somebody. Please do not buy your medication from somebody who stopped taking it and you're buying it from them. You just don't know what you're getting. So, So I am now with a company which I am so happy with. It's called Orderly. And I'm not sure if it's Orderly Meds or just Orderly. I put in Orderly and it pops up. And I am literally paying $200 a month. There's no contract. The customer service is fabulous. They will, if I text them, they text me back. Like within a half hour, I get a text back from them. If I have a question and they don't have the answer, they get back to me. They don't forget about me. So I'm really happy with this. Join support groups. I belong to support groups on Facebook. I belong to 4 or 5 semaglutide support groups. And you learn a lot from these groups. This is where I found Orderly Meds. Make sure that when you do join a company, if you're going to get on board for a GLP-1 and you're going to be self-injecting, that watch videos on how to draw your syringe, how to give yourself the injection, where to give yourself the injection. The videos will tell you it's got to be at least 2 inches away from your belly button area. I guess you don't want to hit that cord that's attached to it. I don't know, you won't blow up, but it's probably just not good for you. And there's not enough fat. You don't want to inject into muscle. You're injecting into fat. So what you're doing is you're pinching. I use the belly area, and I pinch the fat, and first you clean it with cotton and alcohol, and then you do your injection. I will be doing a video on how to draw the syringe yourself. But make sure if you're going with these online compounding companies that they have you fill out a questionnaire or follow up with one of their providers on a monthly basis, because I have comorbidities. I have these inflammatory autoimmune diseases, psoriatic arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, whatever. And I do get quarterly blood work so that my healthcare provider, my private provider, can see how my blood work is. If there was anything going on because of these medications, he'd be able to tell me. So it's important that you do follow up with your provider. Don't go on any healthcare weight loss, exercise, fitness programs without seeing your provider. You want to be followed by your doctor or your PA or whoever it is that does your health care, your follow-ups. Especially if you're in an age group like I am. I'm a senior citizen, and warranty wears off at 65 and everything seems to be going downhill from there. So you have to follow up with your doctor. Make sure that this medication is for you and you don't have side effects. One of my pet peeves about these commercials online is if you're allergic to this medication, don't take it. Well, how do you know you're allergic if you don't take it? You have to, be able to take something to find out if you have an allergy. So, I also suggest if you're going to do your first injection, do it during the day, so that if you do have an adverse reaction to it, you can seek some medical attention. Don't do it before you go to bed at night. I know that some of these websites or these support groups will say, oh, do it at night so that it makes you tired so you can sleep, or nauseous, you can sleep off the side effects. Don't do your first injection at night. Do it during the day so that if you do have an adverse reaction to the medication, you can seek medical help immediately. I am not a healthcare expert. I am speaking from experience. So that's why I say make sure that you get your healthcare provider, your doctor, involved in your journey for weight loss. So when you join one of these online companies that compound the GLP-1 medication, make sure you check that their monthly price doesn't increase as your dose increases, because your dose will increase. You're going to start at a minimum dose, let your body get used to it, see how you react to it. And then, if your food noise starts to come back, or if you're starting to have cravings again, your provider, the provider that you're going to be reaching out to with the company that's compounding it, they will increase the dosage. So as your dosage is increasing, is your cost for the medication going to increase? This is something that you really want to check into. Make sure that the cost doesn't increase as the dose increases. And that's what I like about Orderly. Some of the other companies that I used, the dosage was increasing as the cost was increasing as the dosage was increasing. So these are things you want to look for. Make sure you're being followed by their provider. Speaking of following, if you click in the box on the top left-hand corner, you can follow me. You can look at my videos. You can see what's going on, and when we're having more live events, because I'll be doing this twice a week. I'm doing it Thursday afternoons, and I'm doing it on Sunday mornings. And I think next Sunday, I may not be doing it, but I might do it later in the day next Sunday. So what else did I want to discuss? Read reviews. Review the company before you order any medication. Don't do an oopsie. Don't order the medication and say, oh shit, there's a $99 a month membership fee, or their shipping is high, or their customer service sucks, or I'm locked in for 3 months. You don't want to get locked into a time period, because then you can't get out of it. If the medication stops working for you, if you're having, a reaction to the medication and you signed up for 3 months, it's not going to be easy to get out of it. Most companies will, if it's a medical thing, they will honor it. But if you find a company where it's cheaper and you want to go there, you're locked in for 3 months. So read the fine print, read the reviews. How's their customer service? You want to find out how their customer service is. Do they get back to you in a timely manner? I'm using Orderly Meds now, and they are fabulous. They will text me back when I text them. I want to welcome everybody who's joining us. Thanks for joining. You can double click the screen if you want to give us some likes, and you can follow in the top upper left-hand corner. And we're discussing GLP-1 medications that are compounded that you get from these online companies. You can send me messages, and I'll, tell you the experiences that I've had with these companies. I will answer your messages. If you message me, I'll answer back, unless it's a silly message, and then I don't answer them. So make sure you don't have a contract. Make sure it's on a monthly basis. Don't go in blindly. Please make sure that you are doing your research. There's plenty of companies out there. See if you can find out where which compounding pharmacy they're using. If you ask them, if you send them a message and ask them which one they use, they'll probably tell you. I do find that Hallandale in Florida is very reputable. And then there's another one, I have to get the name of it, the one that Orderly is using, and also that's very reputable. When you get your medication, put it in the refrigerator. If you're interested in knowing how to draw up the medication and the syringe, and it will please, for God's sake, read your prescription. If it says 10 units, 20 units, 100 units, read your prescription. 100 units is not 10 units. If they're telling you to take 10 units, don't put 100 units. Go by the actual number that's on the prescription. You do not want to take too much medication. I will absolutely, next time I draw up my vial, I'll make a video. I'm now on maintenance, so I'm not doing it weekly. I'm doing it every other week. I'm taking my injection, and it seems to work for me. But you know, you have to be aware of your old habits and the new habits that you're making. You know, you're losing in the beginning, you're going to lose the food noise. And that's the noise saying, oh, I want something to eat. What do I want now? I'm sitting watching TV. I always eat something while I'm watching Dateline or Jeopardy, my two favorite shows. Break these habits. Either break these habits, like don't eat the ice cream that you're usually eating, and substitute it with a light kind of snack. Like I love turkey pepperoni. It's like 4 calories in one of those rounds, so you could have 10 of those for 40 calories. I also have lesser evil popcorn, so if I'm watching a movie with David and, you know, we have our recliner seats and we're watching a movie, so you have to have popcorn. Lesser evil. 3 cups is like 100 calories, and it's really, really good. Get the butter flavored one, or I like the kettle corn. So take your old habits, and if you find that this is a habit, like you really want something when you're watching TV, it's all in your mind, but substitute the high calorie snacks for something low calorie, high fiber, or high protein. Speaking of protein, oh my God. When I started this, my provider, Nicole, she said to me, make sure you get enough protein. I'm like, yeah, I'll get enough protein. I'll have 2 scrambled eggs in the morning, and that's going to be plenty of protein. No, it's not. Do you know an egg has 6 grams of protein? So 2 scrambled eggs, 12 grams of protein. How much protein do you need to maintain your hair? Hello, I'm wearing a hat. Because I lost a lot of hair because I thought 2 eggs is enough protein. No, you need 60 to 100 grams of protein a day. Dana, I eat protein brownies at night. They're so good and hits the spot. I saw those protein brownies. Actually, I have to try that. Because, yeah, we'd like to have something sweet. If I have a chocolate craving right now, what I'm doing is I'll take 3 or 4 chocolate chips that I use for baking, and that will satisfy my craving, and it's a little sweet. You don't want to have a lot of sugar because you're on something that's regulating the sugar in your body. So you have to substitute, you know, be aware of your old habits that got you to where you are. Be aware of the new habits that you can create, and create new habits so that when you want to snack, you're going to snack on something that's either high protein or low calorie, or that has enough fiber. You want to get enough fiber, because I do find that 2 things, side effects that I've had is hair loss and constipation. So I'm battling the hair loss now. I'm taking collagen, and collagen really important for muscle and hair loss. And protein, you have to get your protein in, and constipation is another thing. You will find, because your digestive system is slowing down, your stomach is slowing down, your intestines are slowing down, pushing the food out. So you have to drink a lot of water to help flush your system and get enough fiber. And take a stool softener if you have to. You know, I take 1 stool softener today, 2 tomorrow, 1 today, 2, you know, the next day. And so I'm on a 1-2-1-2, and it seems to be helping. Excuse me. So if you have any questions, please, I'd love to answer them. You could also message me. Make sure that you are following my way. You can follow on the top left-hand corner and double tap the screen. Give me some likes. I think TikTok likes. So when we were in Hawaii, there was this highway. It was called the Like Highway, or Lakey, which is Lakey. So it was a like a highway. So David and I make fun of that. But yeah, give me some likes, like the highway. So we're discussing GLP-1 medications. These are the compounded medications for people who their insurance won't cover Ozempic or Mounjaro or Wegovy or Zepbound. And there are companies out there that you can get this medication. Please consult your private doctor before you start anything. Don't don't rely, even though these companies do have, nurse practitioners and PAs and doctors who are reviewing your medical information. Please make sure that your doctor knows what's going on, because there goes my earring. So because if something, if there's any kind of interaction with your other medications, or if your body is just not adjusting to these medications, your doctor should know what you're taking. When you go to the doctor, they ask for a list of what you're taking. Don't forget to tell them it's semaglutide or tirzepatide, whichever you're taking. So it's really important that your doctor is on board with you when you're doing these medications. They need to know what you're taking, especially as you're getting older. And I'm talking to senior citizens out there and young people. It's so important that you're making sure that your provider knows what's going on with you. Where you get your medication, that's totally up to you. There are so many different companies out there. But read the small print, and they all have small print, because once you sign up, it's going to be difficult. Then you got to go back and say, can you cancel it? I didn't get my meds. And either, they have a membership fee. Some of them have like a $99 membership fee every month, or to sign on. Do you want to pay a membership fee? There are so many companies that they don't have membership fees, and it's pretty affordable. So right now I'm going through Orderly Meds. It's $200 a month. That's $50 a week. That's a copay. If you're going to go to a bariatrician to follow your weight loss and work with you, or a nutritionist, that could be a copay. $50 a week, I think that's pretty reasonable. Is it a lot of money? Yeah, it's a lot of money. Is it worth it? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what? When I started this 15 months ago, I was walking with a cane, and my friend Jay, Dana, I think one of my kids is in here, or two, or yay. But I was walking with a cane. I was in so much pain from my arthritic problems. I have rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, PMR, Sjogren's. I mean, I'm a walking inflammatory mess. Thankfully, I have a great rheumatologist, but I was still walking with a cane. And my doctor was saying to me, when I was 235 pounds, I want to see you get rid of the cane. Well, that wasn't happening. But how about I get rid of some weight? And I'm down to my goal weight of 155. I lost 80 pounds. I'm up and down the stairs. I couldn't do that. It was like, go downstairs, stay downstairs, or go upstairs, stay upstairs. My knees, they were not happy. And you're carrying a lot of weight. That's too much weight. And I've been doing it all my life, up and down, yo-yo dieting. Now I'm more cognitive of what I'm putting in my mouth. Went out to dinner last night with my kids, had a great time. Where do we go? We went for pizza, because, the grandkids like pizza. Everybody likes pizza, let's face it. And I had one slice of a grandma pie, and yeah, I had wine, and got on the scale this morning, lost a tenth of a pound rather. But I didn't gain weight because I didn't go crazy. And I knew during the day that I was going out. I'm going out again tonight to celebrate my really good friend Dana's birthday. And I know now what time is it? 11:20. Haven't had breakfast yet. I'll probably have a protein bar. But I'm doing protein shakes and taking in my collagen and doing my vitamins, doing everything that I need to do, but I'm also doing intermittent fasting, because I know when I go out tonight, I'm probably going to have that boom boom shrimp that we love over at Southpaw, and I'm allotting calories for that, so that tomorrow I don't beat myself up. You know what? You have to live, but you have to plan. So make sure that you're planning your day, planning your calories. If you're going to go out with your friends and you know you're going to have a drink or two, watch the liquid calories. Those suckers will get you every time. They will sneak up on the scale before you know what hit you. So do something that's lower in calories. Do a white wine spritzer. Do a glass of wine. Don't have those heavy, creamy drinks that are going to, those are a lot of calories. Recently, I wanted some cranberry juice. When I shop for juices and things like that, I make sure it's 0 calories. When I go for Gatorade, because you do want to keep electrolytes in the house, you're drinking a lot of water. So important. Drink that water. You know the 3 W's of weight loss is weigh yourself, drink water, and walk. Remember those 3 W's. You'll find them in my videos. I hope you're enjoying our Sunday morning weight loss chats, GLP-1. If you are, please follow me on the upper left-hand corner and tap the screen a couple of times and give me some likes. This has been such a personal journey for me. And the reason that I do these videos and I have this TikTok is I'm not making money. I'm not monetizing on this. What I'm trying to do is just guide people. I'm not a professional. I'm not a healthcare professional. Remember this. You must see your doctor. Don't rely on me, and don't rely on these companies who are selling you the medication, because of course they want you to buy their medication, but they are looking at your health records. So be honest when you fill those out. Don't go in there and say you weigh 300 pounds if you're like 150 pounds, but you want to get the medication. Be honest with them, because you have to be honest with yourself. And that's one reason that I weigh myself every day, and that's being honest with myself and accountability. Because if I get on the scale and I see it's starting to inch up, it's like, all right, cut back on the popcorn, Helen, and do a little more walking, and you're not getting enough water, or maybe it was a soy sauce that, the salt in the soy sauce. How long do I fast? Intermittent fasting, I'm not a breakfast person, so I can easily start eating at 10 and stop eating at 6 is very easy for me. So far today, I haven't had anything, so I'm going to have breakfast rather, at like noon, and then I'm going to like draw that out a little tonight. But how often do I intermittently fast? Probably 4 or 5 days a week. Some mornings I just wake up hungry, and so I need to have something right away. Any questions? Make sure you read reviews on these companies. Make sure that there are no contracts. You don't want a 3-month contract. You don't want a 6-month contract. Now, some companies are, because the semaglutide was in shortage, and that's why the FDA was allowing the medication to be compounded and sold off-brand, not being sold under Ozempic and Wegovy, etc. They were allowing companies to compound it. Now they're saying that there's no longer a shortage. So I reached out to Orderly, and Orderly said, it's business as usual. They plan to just keep on selling the medication as long as they can. But you'll see that these companies are offering bulk selling. They'll say you can now buy a 3-month supply up front. So it would be $600, but you'll have 3 months of medication. Don't do this if you're new to the medication and you don't know how it's going to work for you or how it's going to affect you. Do 1 month. If you like the 1 month and it's working for you, and then you feel like you want to buy a 3-month supply just so that you make sure you have it, you could, absolutely do it. But don't buy in bulk if you don't know how your body's going to react to the medication. So, try before you buy, which, buy a 1-month supply, and make sure that the company that you're buying from is offering 1 month at a time, that you don't have to lock yourself in for 3 months or 6 months or a year, because a year from now, you may not like this medication. It may not be working well for you. It may have a bad interaction, Your doctor may tell you to stop the medication at some point. My doctor told me that she wants me to go on maintenance, so she said don't take it every week, do it every 10 days to 2 weeks, which is what I'm doing. And I am finding that this is really good for me to see how my body is reacting to being on maintenance. Am I hungry? Am I looking to eat things that I shouldn't be eating? Or, am I just not paying attention? And that's where you have to really keep yourself in check. Are you logging what you're eating when you're eating it? Are you logging how much water you're taking? Are you following how many steps you're taking every day? I'm using my Net Diary. It's a free app, and I weigh every day, so I log my weight on that every day. I can log how many calories I want to take in, how many calories I am taking in by logging my meals, and it also will log how many steps you're taking, if you're getting exercise. I couldn't exercise for the longest time because, like I said, 3 years ago, I was in a wheelchair. 2 years ago, I was using a cane, and now I'm zipping up and down the stairs. I mean, one of my kids had commented last night how well I'm walking, and yeah, I was walking in a little bit of a heel, so yay me. I hope you're enjoying these chats, and I hope you'll follow. And thank you, Jay, for being my moderator. We have about 5 minutes, so if you have any questions, just put those questions in the comments now, and I'll be happy to answer them. We're talking about GLP-1 medications, and that's semaglutide, tirzepatide, which you get compounded from online companies. Thank you, Jay. Your perfect gifts. My neighbor Jay, my buddy across the street. We'll see you guys tonight. Read reviews. Make sure that you read reviews. And, feel free to message me on TikTok. I will reply to your messages. If I don't reply to your messages, it's one of those silly messages that I'm not going to reply to. I have a wonderful husband who's very supportive. So, guys, sorry about that, but none of those messages, please. What else can I say? Just make sure that you're seeing your provider. Make sure you're being honest with these companies when you fill out their forms. You do not want something that's going to require multiple month contracts or membership fees. Find out if you can what pharmacy that they're compounding through, and then you could also research that pharmacy to make sure that it's legit and you're getting a good quality of compounded medication. And read the small print. Make sure you read the small print. I had joined a company. I'm not going to give the name of the company because I'm not here to bash a company. If a company is good, a company is good. And if they're not good, then you can private message me and ask if I know anything about the company. I'll be happy to answer it for you. But there was a company, and it's happened with 2 companies, and I signed up, and this sounds so great, and it doesn't increase with dosage. The price doesn't increase with dosage. But they had a $99 a month fee. So if their price was $300 a month for the medication and $99 a month to be a member, that's $400 a month. I'm already giving you $300 a month for the medication. I don't want to be a member. What are your weight loss expectations compared to results when you first start? I just wanted to lose weight. Where do I recommend to inject? I inject in the stomach because I've read in the arm is hard because you have to pinch the fat, and how are you going to do that? So you need somebody, if you're going to do it in the arm, it has to be they have to pinch the fat because this is not intramuscular. This is subcutaneous. So it wants to go into the fat, but I do the belly because it's very easy for me to do the belly. And I hear that if you do it in the leg, and you don't do it in your inner thigh. Don't do it in your inner thigh because there are muscles there. You want to do it on the outer thigh if you're going to do your leg. But I've heard that people say that they've done it in the leg and they've had better results doing it in the stomach. They had less hunger. But I heard that there's less side effects if you do it in your leg. I think everybody's different, see what works for you. But the belly is really easy and it doesn't hurt. Really, it doesn't hurt. It's a little pinch. What's the big deal? It's better than getting on the scale and gaining weight, right? Any other questions? Thanks for the questions, Gina Marie. Those were really good. You do it in the leg. And do you find, are you on semaglutide or tirzepatide? I find I don't have a problem in the belly. I might try the leg, but yeah, I'm comfortable in the belly. You just have to do it at least 2 inches away from the belly button. Tirzepatide, okay. Yeah, good for you. And how are you doing with that? How long have you been on it? Hi, We Traders. So I've been on this for about 15 months now, and I am down 10 months. Good for you. I'm down 80 pounds. I'm at my goal weight. If I lost another 5 pounds, I wouldn't complain about it. But I want to stay. That's great. That's great, Gina. So you're losing like 3.5 pounds a month, and that's fine. Slow and steady. You know, it took me to get to my goal weight. It took me about 13, 14 months. And slow and steady, you know, the slower it comes off. Oh, don't be scared to do it in the belly. It's, you know what? It doesn't. I was too until I did it, and yeah, really, it doesn't bother me because you're pinching the fat. So you really, once the needle's in, it's fine. And then just, you know, afterwards, just give it a good rub, and let me know if you try it. And I think our time is almost up, but something will pop up and tell me when we're done, right? This is my second live, and I appreciate Jay being my moderator. And thanks, Gina. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to send me any questions that you have. I'll be happy to answer them. Follow along. I'm going to be doing 2 lives a week. Maybe I'll just increase that as we go along. But I'll be sending more before and afters. And that's so important. That's something that I really, really want to impress upon you is do not feel like a narcissist. Stand in front of that mirror. Take pictures because we have such body dysmorphia that, you know, you look in the mirror when you're overweight and you're like, not so bad. But if you see it in a picture, you say, oh my God, was that really me? And then after you lose the weight, you look in the mirror and you say, oh, why do I look so fat? Take a picture. Put it next to the picture from when you started, and you're going to see you look marvelous. So take pictures. Oh, thank you so much, Gina. Thank you. I don't know. I feel comfortable talking to my friends, and you know, if I could help people. I've watched videos and I've become friends with people who I've messaged or spoken with regarding this, who have messaged me on some of my videos. And I've actually become friends with some of these people. And it really is a close-knit community, this GLP-1 community. So if we can help each other, you know, when we have this problem with obesity, and now I can say no-obesity, if we can help each other, I mean, isn't that what we're here for? Just to help each other, because this is something that I've gone through all my life, and I always felt so secluded, like, who can I talk to about this? Because it's not a good feeling having, you know, a weight problem and not being able to, it's like a silent thing that you don't want to discuss because it's so personal. And, you know, people look at some people who have a weight problem and think, oh, they have no self-control. It's not about self-control. It's a disease. Thank you, Jay, for helping out and for being my friend and for being so supportive. And I think that we're pretty much at our time limit. So I am going to say thank you to all of you who joined. And thank you, Jay, for moderating. And if you've followed me, I thank you. And please feel free, send me your questions. I'll be happy to help. And see you all soon. We'll be here Thursday, 3 o'clock. And how do I get out of this? Jay, help me. We'll be here Thursday, 3 o'clock. And how do I get out of this? Jay, help me. We'll be here Thursday, 3 o'clock. And how do I get out of this? Jay, help me. We'll be here Thursday, 3 o'clock. And how do I get out of this? Jay, help me.